You ever get that feeling that your phone has, a personality? Or that your car is just in a mood today? It's that weird little suspicion that maybe, just maybe, there's a bit more going on with our tech than just circuits and code. Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
I mean, really think about it. Have you ever done that? Gotten home after a long trip, given the dashboard a little pat, and said, "Thanks for getting me here." Or maybe you felt that jolt of fear when your laptop crashes right after you were complaining about how slow it was. We kind of laugh it off, right? But these moments are incredibly common. It turns out there's actually a name for this: technological animism. It's this idea that our tools, our machines, they aren't just dead objects sitting there. They can feel like partners, like they're part of our lives with their own little quirks and, well, moods. And as we're about to see, this is a deeply human idea that stretches way back in history and all around the globe.
So let's start right there, with that feeling, that ghost in the gearbox, and explore this secret life we so often imagine our things to have.
Our logical brain, tells us it's just physics, it's metal, it's plastic, it's code. It should be predictable. But our gut feeling, our intuition, it often whispers something else. We suspect our things might actually be temperamental. And this little conflict is where our story really gets interesting.
Now this feeling, it gets dialed up to 11 when the stakes are really high. For centuries, sailors have sworn that a ship's soul is tied to its name, and if you change it the wrong way, you're asking for bad luck. In the sky, pilots used to blame these mischievous little spirits called gremlins for sudden mechanical problems. But on the flip side, they also tell these incredible stories of miracle landings, times when a badly damaged plane seems to just fight to stay in the air, like it wants to get its crew home safe.
And this isn't just a Western thing, not by a long shot. Around the world, this feeling has actually turned into some amazing formal traditions. Let's take a look. So, in India, there's this festival called Ayudha Puja. And get this, it's basically a spa day for tools. I mean, can you imagine seeing a software engineer carefully putting sandalwood paste on their laptop, or a driver decorating their steering wheel with flower garlands? They even crush lemons under the tires of cars, which is a symbol for clearing away obstacles. But here's the best part. On this day, all the tools get to rest. They're given a day off just to thank them for their hard work all year. The whole philosophy behind Ayudha Puja is so simple but so profound. If you respect the tool will respect the task. It's not just about cleaning it or maintaining it, it's about veneration. It's this deep belief that respect actually earns you loyalty and reliability from the things you use.
100 years. What's so special about that? Well, in Japan, that's when an old tool might just get a soul.
This is the idea of tsukumogami. It's the belief that once an object hits its 100th birthday, it can get a spirit. Now here's the catch. If you treated that thing well, it becomes a friendly, helpful spirit. But if you are wasteful or you just tossed it aside without a thought, it might come back as a vengeful spirit. Your old umbrella could suddenly sprout an eye and a leg and start playing tricks on you. Seriously. And this just brilliantly shows two different but totally related ways of thinking. In India, with Ayudha Puja, the whole approach is about veneration. You're treating your tools like respected partners. But in Japan, with Tsukumogami, it's more about caution. You treat your tools well to avoid them getting angry with you. So one is a celebration of loyalty, and the other is this really powerful warning against being wasteful. Okay, so we've looked at all these incredible cultural beliefs, but you might be wondering, what does science have to say about this? Is it all just folklore and magic? Or is there something real going on, maybe inside our own minds? Well, the scientific explanation starts right here with this big word, anthropomorphism. All it really means is that our brains are literally hardwired to see human-like patterns in everything. It's why we see faces in the grills of cars, or why we say our computer is being stubborn when it won't start. It's just a cognitive shortcut. It's like the default setting for our very social brains. But wait, that's not the whole story. The science doesn't have to just erase that feeling. In fact, there's this fascinating concept from the world of engineering that kind of acts as a bridge, connecting these two worlds of the spiritual and the scientific. It's called the PF interval. Okay, think about your car. P stands for potential failure. That's the moment a tiny, tiny flaw shows up, a faint new rattle you can barely hear. F is for functional failure. That's when your car actually breaks down on the side of the highway. Now, the time between that first tiny rattle and the total breakdown, that's the PF interval. It's a grace period where the machine is actually sending you signals, telling you something is wrong. if you're paying close enough attention. And this is where it all clicks. What if that soul we sense in the machine isn't really in the machine at all? What if it's a reflection of our own attention? The person who loves their car is the one who notices that new sound or the tiny drop of oil. They are subconsciously picking up on the clues inside that PF interval. And by caring for the machine, they're actually just keeping it from breaking down. So this brings us to our last big idea, where we can finally tie all of this together: the cultural beliefs, the psychology, and the mechanics. The author Robert Persing had this perfect word for this quality of attention. He called it gumption. He described it as the psychic gasoline that keeps a person and a machine working together in harmony. It's not just about having the right skills, it's the energy, the enthusiasm to actually truly care. See, when you have gumption, you're not just fixing an object, you're engaging with it. The boundary between you and the tool you're using, it starts to blur. You become this single functioning unit, working in perfect sync. You're really just caring for a part of your own life. And that right there is the heart of it all. Whether you call it a spirit or a gremlin or just good maintenance, the soul we find in our machines is so often just a mirror. It's reflecting back the care, the respect, and the humanity that we choose to pour into them. So I'll leave you with this question. The next time your car makes a weird noise, or your computer just freezes up for no reason, what kind of spirit are you going to bring to that moment? Is it going to be frustration, or is it going to be gumption? The choice? Well, that's up to you.